Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the hottest political topics, Kamala Harris and her potential path to becoming America's first female president in 2025. Could this historic milestone reshape the future of leadership in the United States? If you enjoy thought-provoking discussions like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. 1. The historical significance of Kamala Harris's presidency bid. If Kamala Harris runs for president in 2025, her campaign could mark a historic moment for the United States. As the first woman of color to serve as vice president, Harris has already broken barriers. Her potential ascent to the presidency would solidify her as a trailblazer in American politics, inspiring future generations. This could symbolize a broader shift in the nation's political landscape, emphasizing inclusivity and diversity. Harris's journey reflects the gradual dismantling of systemic barriers in leadership roles. Her presidency would likely become a global milestone, enhancing America's image as a nation of opportunity. Such a moment would encourage more women and minorities to aspire to positions of power. 2. Kamala Harris' political experience and leadership skills. With decades of political experience, Harris brings a wealth of knowledge to the table. She has served as a U.S. Senator and the Attorney General of California, tackling significant legal and social issues. Her tenure as vice president has further prepared her for the complexities of leading the nation. Harris's leadership style emphasizes collaboration and pragmatic problem-solving. She has been instrumental in addressing issues like immigration reform, climate change, and public health. Her ability to navigate bipartisan challenges showcases her resilience in a polarized political environment. Harris's emphasis on equity and justice resonates with many Americans. Her diplomatic skills could enhance international relationships, fostering cooperation and peace. 3. Addressing challenges to a Kamala Harris presidency. Harris's potential presidency would not be without significant challenges. Critics often question her ability to connect with a broad voter base. Overcoming skepticism about her leadership skills will be crucial for her campaign. The polarized nature of American politics may intensify scrutiny and resistance. Harris would need to address concerns about her record on key issues, like criminal justice reform. Building trust among diverse demographic groups will require targeted outreach and transparency. The economy, healthcare, and climate change remain pressing issues she must address convincingly. Harris's team would need a strong strategy to counter misinformation and negative campaigning. 4. The role of Kamala Harris in shaping progressive policies. As a leader, Harris has consistently championed progressive causes. Her potential presidency could further advance policies promoting social and economic justice. Harris has advocated for healthcare reform to ensure universal access. She supports initiatives to combat systemic racism and promote equality. Harris's stance on climate change emphasizes bold actions to address the crisis. She has proposed policies to support working families and improve education. Her presidency could accelerate efforts to close gender and racial wage gaps. 5. Kamala Harris and international diplomacy. If elected president, Harris would play a pivotal role in shaping U.S. foreign policy. Her experience as vice president has already exposed her to global diplomatic challenges. Harris has participated in high-stakes negotiations with allies and adversaries. She has expressed a commitment to strengthening international partnerships. Harris's leadership style could prioritize multilateralism and global cooperation. Her focus on climate change aligns with the priorities of many world leaders. As president, she could improve relations with key nations and international organizations. Harris's perspective as a woman of color may bring unique insights to global discussions. Her presidency could promote a more inclusive approach to international relations. 6. Kamala Harris' vision for economic growth. Economic recovery and growth would be central to a Harris presidency. She has emphasized the need for policies that benefit middle and working-class families. Harris supports investments in infrastructure and green technology to create jobs. Her administration could focus on reducing income inequality and supporting small businesses. Harris advocates for tax reforms that ensure the wealthiest Americans pay their fair share. She has proposed initiatives to increase access to affordable housing. Harris's focus on education and workforce development could enhance economic mobility. Strengthening labor rights and workplace protections could be a priority. Her economic vision aims to balance growth with equity and sustainability. 7. Kamala Harris's commitment to healthcare reform. Healthcare has been a cornerstone of Harris's policy agenda. She has advocated for expanding access to affordable and quality care. Harris supports strengthening the Affordable Care Act to cover more Americans. Her proposals include lowering prescription drug costs to ease financial burdens. Harris has championed mental health care as an integral part of overall health. Her plans also emphasize reducing maternal mortality rates, particularly among Black women. Harris's stance on reproductive health underscores her commitment to women's rights. She has proposed increased funding for community health centers in underserved areas. 8. Kamala Harris and the fight against climate change. Addressing climate change is a key focus of Harris's political platform. She supports transitioning to renewable energy to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Harris has called for ambitious investments in clean energy infrastructure. Her policies include creating green jobs to support economic recovery and sustainability. Harris advocates for holding corporations accountable for environmental practices. She has pledged to protect vulnerable communities disproportionately affected by climate change. Her focus on rejoining global agreements underscores her commitment to collective action. Harris supports legislative efforts to incentivize carbon-neutral technologies. 9. Kamala Harris and social justice initiatives. Harris has consistently prioritized social justice throughout her career. She has supported criminal justice reforms to address systemic inequities. Harris advocates for police accountability and community-focused law enforcement. Her presidency could emphasize reducing racial disparities in education and housing. Harris has championed LGBTQ+ rights and protections against discrimination. She supports comprehensive immigration reform to create a fair and humane system. Harris's policies address the root causes of inequality to promote long-term change. Her focus on voting rights reflects her commitment to democratic principles. 10. The path forward. Kamala Harris's campaign strategy. A successful campaign would require Harris to connect with voters across the political spectrum. Her strategy must emphasize her accomplishments and leadership experience. Harris's team would need to build a narrative of hope and progress. Engaging with grassroots organizations could strengthen her voter base. Harris must address criticisms with transparency and a clear vision. Effective use of social media and digital platforms could enhance her outreach. Her campaign would likely focus on uniting Americans around shared values. Thanks for joining us on this journey today. If you found value in what we shared, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you're new here or haven't subscribed yet, make sure to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more tips, tricks, and inspiration for your next adventure or smart investments. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay inspired, stay healthy, and keep aiming for greatness.